A client once turned off their social media campaigns because they were seeing a poor return on investment. And within just a couple of weeks, their brand search traffic dropped by over 30%. This really showed me that perfect attribution is really a myth in today's privacy-first environment. My name is Jasper. I'm a certified HubSpot consultant and welcome back to 5 Minute Friday. Today, I'll explain why obsessing over channel-specific attribution might actually be hurting your overall marketing approach, and why a more holistic approach might be the better alternative. First of all, let's talk about the attribution reality check. Privacy changes have fundamentally changed the way that we do attribution within marketing. We have iOS's privacy features, we have cookie deprecation, we have browser tracking prevention, we have GDPR and similar regulations, and all of these make it way more difficult to do proper multi-channel attribution. This also increases the danger of making decisions based on incomplete data. And the key point here is that the more we chase perfect attribution, the further we really get from understanding our true marketing impact. Next, let's talk about the channel interconnection effect. This is how marketing channels influence each other. As I stated in the intro of this video, one great example is how social media campaigns can really impact your branded search traffic to your website. Then of course, there's also how content marketing really improves the paid ad quality scores, or how email nurturing will actually affect direct traffic coming to your website, and how some offline activities will obviously also influence online activities as well. So when you try to isolate any of these channels to figure out the return on investment for each channel, you're probably missing a lot of data here, and you might also make the wrong decisions based on that data. These channels really don't exist in silos, even if our measurement systems pretend that they do. So here is a more holistic measurement approach. First of all, try to look at your marketing investment connected directly to your revenue. You can also isolate some of these campaigns by doing a specific promotion for a specific channel. This is something that works particularly well for e-commerce, but you can definitely also do it with B2B if you have a certain content offer that you are only offering through one channel. Because this way you will probably have a very specific landing page for this offer, and even though the tracking might not be complete, you know that anyone arriving on that landing page would come through that specific campaign, because that's the only place where you really offered this specific promotion. And then of course there's also things like the share of voice metrics. So for example, when you're doing your social media campaigns, you can then use your share of voice to gauge how many people are talking about your brand. There are plenty of platforms where you can track this. Ahrefs, for example, is one of them that's really great at this, but this really shows you the impact of doing a social media campaign and creating a conversation around your brand this way. And then one other example of what you can do is controlled geo-testing, which means that you would do a specific campaign for a very specific region, and again, this allows you to track your efforts in this region. For example, you can have a promotion for a specific tone or specific region. You can do a social media campaign within that specific region as well. Maybe add a Google display campaign or a Google search campaign for that region as well. And then just look at the holistic results of the investment that you made for this specific campaign and the revenue that you got in return from this campaign. Now, I also want to share some practical attribution solutions as well. And one of them I already touched upon just now, which is having one specific landing page for a specific campaign. It's an easy one to pull off. Also offering unique offer codes on specific channels. You can also add a custom question to your B2B form, for example, just asking how did you hear about us? And you also can implement designated test periods where you do a specific campaign. Now I'll also share some HubSpot implementation tips because I am a certified HubSpot consultant after all. And one of the things that works great here is if you have the Marketing Hub Professional, you can set up HubSpot campaigns, which allows you to really track the efforts for a specific campaign, even if it's multi-channel. This also has the feature to give you a better idea of your return on investment right in that dashboard as well, which is a great way to track the return on investment for your campaigns. Then of course you also want to add some custom source properties. So any links that you might share through specific channels, let's say you're handing out samples at an event, the QR code on those samples should always have UTM tags incorporated in it so that you can track which contacts came from this sample as well as the revenue generated by these samples over time. And then of course you also want to create your reporting to be a bit more holistic as well, to give you that total picture of how your marketing is doing overall. The key point really is that you want to build a measurement system that acknowledges both channel performance as well as the different cross-channel effects. Now to wrap it off, I have a challenge for you. This weekend, look at your marketing reporting and try to see if you are making decisions based solely on last click or single channel attribution. Then run a correlation analysis between your social campaigns and branded search. This is something I've seen for almost all clients, so I would be surprised if there's no correlation whatsoever for your specific business. And then share in the comments, have you ever noticed unexpected connections between different marketing channels? And what specific connections were these? Let's start a conversation about that. I'll see you next Friday.